said they'd never heard a crowd like it at Subiaco Oval. Let me tell you, I've never heard a crowd like it today. This is a huge advantage for the Crows. The Eagles will be out to silence them early.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people obviously talk about the 06 grand final, and rightly so, but for me, being part of that 2006 prelim to this day is probably one of the best games I've ever been involved in.
I hold that's probably one of the top games I've ever played.
A hard game of football. There was a lot of pressure on us after coming so close the year before, and then we lost the final here to Sydney. A bit of external pressure and a bit of we were expected to get to the grand final at least.
Their quality midfield lifting to provide the first goal of the afternoon.
I think Adelaide that year were probably the best team for most of the year, and it was just going to be a huge effort to get over them, to get into the grand final.
I remember at half time, certainly still feeling that we, hadn't played anywhere near our best football. I think a lot of our top players hadn't played well and were behind, but I was confident again. It was just kind of, with that particular team in that era, I was confident we could, come out of most situations.
When we come in at half time, the voice and the noise in that change room was like we were really close and we were still going to win the game of footy. I think everyone was still really positive. We had a lot of confidence from games that we'd come back in the past that we could overcome big deficits, and I think everyone really stood up, and to get over that gave us a lot of confidence, certainly going into the grand final week.
Embley in from the side, Hunter almost, can he get it to Embley? He can, the soccer goal, great stuff from Andrew Embley, and the Eagles are back in town.
We had a couple of really big comeback games that year, and so we had confidence and belief that we could do it again, and to be down by 4 goals, I think, at half time, and in a prelim away from home, and to be able to turn that around and win that game just gave us enormous belief heading into the following week.
And the snap from Butler to the goal square, it's through! Great goal that from Sam Butler.
Personally, I was thinking, we're in trouble here. But the vibe around the rest of the boys was really upbeat. We were focused, and as soon as that third quarter started, we came out the aggressor, and it was great to finish off with a win.
Going into the last quarter, I was a little bit worried, and I think Cuzzy and Jody had a fantastic last quarter and got us home. And Embers wasn't too bad either, so it was a good game of football, but it was one of those ones where it's more of a relief to win than the excitement.
Hasn't kicked one yet, and he squeezes it through. The Eagles are in front for the first time today.
Yeah, luckily enough, we kicked some goals when we needed to, and got over them by about 9 points, I think it was, in the end. So it was a fantastic win, and got us into the grand final, and the rest is history.
An all-time classic at Amy Stadium. What a win by the West Coast Eagles.
After that win, I think we all thought that there's no way we can lose next week. That was just the icing on the cake to consolidate where we were as a side, and obviously 06, the following week speaks for itself.
We deserved it because obviously we beat him in Adelaide, and that's why I hold that as probably one of our, apart from the grand final, the best game I've ever been involved in.